welcome to Hidden Artists Hangout, podcast number 6. Join my friends and co-hosts Jeff Hodge, Doug Gunch, and Michael Mayer for another interesting show, man. Hi, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome. Hello, Jim. It's time for another blockbuster show of hidden artists from around the world. Artists you may never have seen before. But first, like we do on all the shows, we like to start with a question. After only 50 years playing music and writing music, why aren't I famous yet? That's a question. Doug?
You're asking me, Jeff, why I'm not famous. Well, there's a few reasons. Saying maybe your songs aren't any good. Maybe you don't play well, man. Maybe you're not giving it 100, 200, 300%, man. You've got to play that music in front of everybody. Just think of melodies all day. Eat, drink, sleep. Oh,
that's right.
Music, writing. It helps if your uncle owns a recording studio, and
of course.
But, hey, Mike, what's your opinion of this question?
Well, I don't know why Jeff is not famous. He's a great songwriter with a lot of cool songs. So
I'm just this close. In the next days.
I know. Me too. It's like you spin the wheel, and if you're lucky enough, your number comes up. Otherwise, next.
Say, Levy.
Yeah.
It would be a big help if a big time producer would just knock on my door and ask me if I have any songs. Mm-hmm. That would be a big help.
Yeah, that would be a big help. I saw one the other day. He was walking the neighborhood, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A big time producer.
Nobody has
big
any
time producer, briefcase and everything, huh?
Jim, hey, listen. What's your opinion on this?
Well, it's always been a race between being talented and proficient and, and then getting older, and I think I play better now than I ever have. And I write probably more, articulate songs, but I'm a little long in the tooth for making it, man. So, that's the thing. But, hey, Michael, I see you've got another terrific musical artist for today's show.
Thanks, Jim. And hey, guys, I got a real treat today. An old buddy of mine, Scott Dalziel from Iowa, is in the lounge today, and we're going to do a little interview with him and hear some of his music. He's a great guy. We were in a band together back in the early 90s, mid 90s. We were called the Innocent Bystanders, and it was a fun group. We played good music, had a lot of fun, but like all bands, they have a short lifespan. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Today, we're going to join Scott in his home studio in Iowa. So roll it, fellas. Scott, it's been a while. You moved to England for a while. Now you're back in the U.S. You're living in Iowa. You're teaching and performing. You say you perform about 4 nights a month?
Yeah, right now.
And is that with your whole band?
Mostly solo stuff.
Yeah. I like your band. Yeah, how do you find guys like that in Iowa?
Well, yeah, that's the funny story, because when my wife and I were in Britain, and then we were getting ready to move over, back over here. And so I contacted a friend of mine who I had known for years, and said, what's the gig situation like in Cedar Rapids was the town. And he said, it's funny you should call me, because at that very minute, they were in a meeting putting together a show for Bruce Moore that they do once a year. It was through that program that went really well. And then he contacted me this year and said that Bruce Moore donates time for 3 projects a year. Would I like to record a CD? Yeah, I did. So he said, well, it'd be like an 8 or 10 song CD. They donate the studio. They donate his services. He's a great engineer, keyboard arranger, mixer. I mean, he's a great producer. It was just incredible. Yeah.
And who made your videos?
That's just iPhone stuff by my wife,
Wow.
And not a board mix, just an iPhone mix. So
wow,
it was good enough.
And backtracking just a little bit, when you were in Miami, you were recording with an older guy that I think had something to do with Michael Jackson.
He was the guy. It was Bruce Swedien. He was the engineer. He engineered all of Michael Jackson's solo stuff, except for the very last stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't do that, but all the Thriller and Off the Wall and Bad and all that. So I knew that this Bruce lived in the same town that I was moving to, which was Ocala, Florida. And I thought, man, that'd be great if I could meet him like one time. And so then we moved down there, and my best friend is a dentist down there. And we were talking about people we knew. And he said, well, famous people we knew, I guess. And he said, well, I know Bruce Swedien. And I'm like, what? He was a patient of his. And so Scott arranged a meeting with Bruce and went over to his studio. And like a couple of days after I met him, he asked if he could write a song about Michael Jackson for him. So I don't know if that was just to see what kind of song you could come up with, So we did it and went back, played it for him. He started crying.
Wow.
And then he said, I got to get my wife. And so the wife came in, she started crying. And so he said, we got to record this. I don't know what the hell we'll do with it, but we got to record this. And so he did. And so
what song is that?
It's called Timeless. It's on YouTube as well. So if you do Timeless Scott Dalziel, it'll show up. But that was a pretty big thing. And then he said, well, play me with the other songs you have. So then I had another song about Elvis impersonators. I think I saw Elvis. And I played that for him in the studio. He made me play it for him 50 times in a row, literally 50 times in a row. So he said, same thing. He said, okay, we got to record that. So
wait, you mean he didn't record any of the 50 before?
No, this is just at his house hanging out. So that was good. So he said, I'm going to record that. So then he did these production weekends where producers from all over the world would come to his studio and they can mix for him and he can give them advice. It's kind of a come back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah, I imagine a great learning experience.
Yeah, exactly. So he needed something to record. He had me come over and say, I want you to record a guitar vocal so I can show people how to do a guitar vocal at the same time. So I said, all right. And I do this thing just like guitar vocal. I was in the zone.
I bet it was perfect.
And I hear him over this talk back. He's like, you got to get in here. And so I come in. All of a sudden, it's not about how to mic a guitar and vocal. It's about making a record. And they spent the whole next week just making that record. Ed Cherney, the guy that did all the Bonnie Raitt stuff, he was Bruce's second engineer out in LA. And so Ed was in town. He was like the guest speaker of this weekend. So then at one point, Bruce is mixing the song, and then Bruce gets tired, so he leaves. So Ed takes over, and he's doing this, and he's shouting to the people to do this cut here, do this, da-da-da-da-da.
So tell me about Enlightened Saloon.
Enlightenment Saloon is me and my co-writer friend. When we were both in high school back in Iowa, we started writing together as kids and wrote and moved to LA to continue writing and things. It didn't really pan that way, but we've always been friends. And then in 2016, we just said, let's write some more tunes.
Let me tell you a little bit about the show that I'm doing with these guys. It's myself and three other guys. We're all old high school buddies, so we're all in our 70s.
Exactly. And it's interesting how those early friendships and connections stay, because my buddy and I wrote together in high school. I met Lynn when I was in high school. Things come back around. It's crazy.
Yeah. So do you have any plans to do any new albums?
Yes, that's what we're doing right now at Bruce Moore. It's really good because it's right on site and it's everybody tracking at the same time. The drummer's in another room. It's in a house that's been converted into a recording space.
Yeah.
But rooms, so that they have a control room, the drummer's in a separate room, the amps are in different rooms, but all the players are in the control room, looking at each other, and we just track live, and we just do takes, and say, okay, we're going to run it down. Like I go in and I play. I feel like it's almost like the George Martin thing, where I'll come in and just play the tune to my friend Gerard, the producer, and he'll say, okay, let's do da 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 da, and and then he kind of arranges it on the spot,
Yeah,
as far
cool.
as, okay, start out this way, do that, and so we get a running order of how we're going to do the tune, and we just start tracking it, and usually we get it within 3 takes.
Not 50 takes.
Not 50, not 102. I remember that the Beatles at Sexy Sadie, the Beatles did 102 takes of Sexy Sadie. So no, it's nothing like that. And that's a real tape, right? But the thing is, it's all about getting the right feel. Everybody playing at the same time. It's the energy of playing with people.
Yeah.
Real time, instead of just doing multi-tracking, which I've done a lot of over the years, but you can never bake never bake that sort of energy back into it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, listen, man, it was really great catching up with you, and I hope we can stay connected and chat more frequently. Thanks again. I appreciate your time, and it's nice catching up with you, and I look forward to doing more.
That sounds great.
All right, brother.
All
I
right.
love you, man. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You can never have enough.
You can never have enough of what you don't need. Whoever dies with the most toys wins is our creed. It stands to reason, so they say. The more you spend, the more you save. We're free to name the price we pay, but decline anyway. Still nowhere. Pursuing happiness, still nowhere beyond the provinces. After all, we're nowhere near Paris. After all, we're nowhere near Paris. Let's not lose sight of the ends we're seeking, to fill our lives with a sense of well-being. Life hangs in the balance somewhere on the planet. A shopkeep has to ask, what's in your wallet? Still we're nowhere, hoping for progress. Still we're nowhere. We're nowhere near Paris. After all, we're nowhere near Paris.
Rockstar News.
Hello, welcome to the Rockstar News, everyone. You know, records come and records go in the entertainment industry as quickly as the passing tides. However, one man possesses one accolade that, as of yet, nobody can compete with. That is Eric Clapton, and is the first and, so far, the only person to have ever been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times.
Wow.
Considering the wealth of talent from the 20th century, it is some feat that he has been involved in 3 of his most inspiring acts.
Wow,
What
that's
3 are those?
Yeah.
Cream?
me up for 3 weeks.
Yardbirds, Cream, he was
Oh.
inducted for his solo.
The Hooligans.
Wasn't he in Blind Faith too, or something like that? Some
Yeah. He was in Blind Faith.
Okay. Artists only come eligible for induction 25 years after releasing their debut record. To be inducted, an artist must be nominated by a committee that selects several candidates. Ballots are sent to more than 1,000 rock experts. Well, did any of you get a ballot?
Yeah,
No one can doubt that Eric is the premier guitarist of our generation, and our congratulations go out to Mr. Clapton. He is well deserving.
Yeah.
All right.
Good,
Yeah.
Ed.
Do you like that one, guys?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But, you know, hold tight now. We got some sad news. The
Oh,
Doobie Brothers announced the death of their drummer, John Hartman, on Friday, saying, "Today we are thinking of John Hartman, or Little John to us. John was a wild spirit, great drummer, and showman during the time in the Doobies. He was 72. No cause of death was immediately announced." Hartman, an original co-founder of the group, was one of the 9 members of the Doobie Brothers inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he's there with Eric Clapton, yeah.
yeah, good there, man.
Our thoughts and prayers are with John and with his family. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Now, on the lighter side, or the heavier side, actually, because this is about a German heavy metal band, the German power metal band Halloween, spelled Helloween. Halloween.
Oh,
Halloween.
what a screwed up gimmick, man.
Well, yeah, they're showing that they're really rocking. Not to be confused with one of our childhood holidays, Halloween.
Yeah, they ruined it.
Yeah. They announced a North American tour for 2023 with the Swedish metal band Hammerfall as the opening act. Man,
Hammerfall.
I can't wait.
oh,
I can't wait to see Hammerfall.
yeah.
Hammerfall.
Hammerfall.
No, Hammer.
Yeah, but they're hidden artists, folks. They're hidden.
They
That's
are.
what the show's about.
Well,
This
don't
show
remember that.
is about hidden artists, and they are hidden.
They're well hidden for sure.
Their shows will happen next May and June in Canada and the United States. Halloween's current lineup has Michael Wittstock, Marcus Grossman, Cass Hansen, Michael Kiest, and Danny's vocals, Sasha Giesta, and Daniel Lobe. Halloween's North American tour dates include a variety of Canadian and U.S. cities, including on May 24th, a performance at the Music Hall in Royal Oak, Michigan. Do you believe it?
Royal Oak.
Oh, folks. All right.
That is unbelievable.
Man.
Jeff, you know, I waited and waited. That bit was like, 10 minutes long, and I'm going, now what's Jeff? And he brought it to Royal Oak. You did.
Right.
Some say that Royal Oak is the birthplace of rock and roll. So
That's
There's a vortex inside the theater too, from all the monster movies they used to play there on Saturday. There's a
where is the
portal.
Music Hall? In
25 cents.
Royal Oak Music Theater, basically on 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep, that's it. I think that's what they're calling it.
So experience the ultimate European metal package next summer with Halloween and Hammerfall. Let's
In
hear
Royal Oak.
Let's hear a clip from Halloween's latest album. Good job, Halloween.
Yeah. All right. I personally discovered today's featured hidden artist, Carol Gregg, when I first moved to Portland back in 1988. And I just was blown away. I bought 2 of her original watercolors, and I've been a big fan ever since. And Carol grew up in and still lives in Oregon. And she gets her inspirations from her Cherokee Indian heritage, from nature and from primitive art. And she works in multiple media: watercolor, oils, ink, lithography, collage, clay. She even does music and writes poetry. She's the full package. And she's best known for her desert-colored pastels depicting her signature Native American rider and horse, which symbolize Mother Earth. Carol is self-taught, although her parents were also artists, and she was encouraged and influenced greatly by them. So I hope you enjoy the slideshow, and please visit Carol's beautiful website, www.carolgregg.com, for more information about Carol and where you can purchase prints of her beautiful artwork.
Well, hi, and thank you. Thank you especially to those in Tennessee. Listen, here is my choice for the song video of the show. This is a guy named Talk, T-A-L-K, and the song is Runaway to Mars. So, hope you enjoy it.
Colors fading, 'cause I kept you waiting. It's a wild, wild world, and you're a wild, wild girl. Our sun's still shining, but it seems half the size, and it's a wild, wild world out here. Before my time runs out, what if I run away to Mars? Would you find me in the stars? Would you miss me in the end if I run out of oxygen? When I'm I've been gone for so long, it's an empty world up here. I skip stones and wonder how long till I'm discovered. It's a quiet life up here. Before my time runs out, what if I run away to Mars? Would you find me in the stars? Would you miss me in the end if I run out of oxygen when I run away to Mars? 3, 2, 1, I miss you. I'm sorry I got issues. What if I run away to Mars? Would you find me in the stars? Would you miss me in the end if I run out of oxygen when I run away to Mars?
Wild song, man, isn't it?
A real space
Right,
band.
man.
Eclectic.
Yeah, it's really a good song.
You know. Hey guys, I sure have everybody know that we have a website, hiddenartisthangout.com.
Of course.
It has all the music, everything we put on this show. We put it's on there. I mean, it's got tons of stuff, and you
Just got to make sure that they have that you all have a website or a Facebook separate artist page, so we have some place to point to. Otherwise, we'd have to get one of those great big buildings full of storage things.
Yeah, we just bought one. In fact, Jeff, you should be getting the bill to you. A big building. It's 23,000 square feet to put
Ouch.
some stuff. You know, I was running out of room one day. I said, "Hey, is that the music? Oh,
Oh, my.
Right on time. Let's hear it for the music.
Oh man, you know, we haven't heard too much from Mike today because he went to the dentist. In fact, Mike, I got to tell you, your dentist called me today, and he said your last baby tooth finally fell out. But that's the good news. Okay, the bad news is they pulled the wrong tooth yesterday.
Ouch.
For a while, I thought they did.
He said if you're still feeling pain, that's probably the reason.
Still
Anyway, guys, any final comments from y'all?
I think that's it. I can't wait for the next show. I mean, gee, we're already done with this one, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, we're having fun with bringing all of you hidden artists, you musicians, you graphic artists. I mean, this is turning into a community just like we intended it. So it's fun.
Yep. We do have a guest speaker next week, so next show in a couple weeks. So
we do
want to tell you about that. Yeah, Jeff.
Anybody we know?
If you turn over the bill, you know, for the 23,000, it'll tell you who's going to be the guest speaker. Oh, that bill has to be paid by the 7th.
Just send it up to the accountant.
He's got the bill.
All right, guys. Hey, it's been great.
Hey, you guys
see
have
you
a good
in 2
one.
weeks.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Hey, Doug, you know my brother Steve, right?
Oh, yeah, Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a son. His name is Charles. He's 28 years old, and he's having trouble finding a job. At the last family gathering at Christmas time, he was complaining to all the family members around the table that he couldn't find a job. He used to work at the carnival, but now he's trying to get an entry-level position in the corporate world. And I noticed that his haircut didn't look really nice, you know. I mean, it looked untamed. He needed to tame it down a little bit. It was too trimmed around the ears. He didn't have any sideburns. And then if you smoothed all of that out, I thought that it was probably really up his chances for finding a position in the corporate world.
Well, that's one thing you need to have.
Right.
Can I see a picture of him just now? I'll give him some
Sure.
tips. I'll give him some tips here.
First impressions are always what stick with people the most.
Right.
Yeah, here's a photo of him right here.
Oh.
Now, you see, he doesn't have any sideburns and it's too trimmed around the ears. If you fix that, I think you'd probably really have a much better chance of finding a job.
I agree, Jeff. I agree. And plus, it would accent that front nose ring there that he's got, which I love the color. Okay,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but I think those sideburns need to be there, Jeff. You know,
I agree. That nose ring really accents his features of his face. That was a good choice for him. Although he went into a sneezing fit, you know, he was not feeling all that well, and he needed a beach towel to cover his face when he sneezed because boom, it just exploded out over those 4 holes that he's got in his nose there.
oh man.
Also, when he turns too fast, you know, like this, boom, the earlobe ring kind of comes over and knocks him in the nose. So
Well,
he's got to be careful about that.
You know, besides getting a proper haircut, my second tip is don't do fast motions when you
Right.
go to that job interview, Jeff, because of that.
Smooth motion, smooth.
Be cool, you know.
Right.
But those are the tips from the Doug and Jeff show.
Yeah.
And I wish
Yeah,
him the
so-
best, Jeff. I wish him the best.
I'm going to pass those tips on to him, and we'll see in the next episode how he's doing as far as finding a job.
All right.